there's no courtship in the traditional weddings, and that the clans were more important. And when a young couple married, it was that the whole clan family on the boys' side and the clan family on the girls' side actually were part of the marriage. The traditional wedding of our people is that the time comes when the young man has learned some ceremonies, and that generally they encourage them to learn as many ceremonies as they can by the time they're 20 years old. But it is that it's very difficult to learn the many songs and prayers and that, and how to conduct the ceremony properly. But it is also a time when the young women are probably prepared to be married. And with my mother and father, my mother was very young when she married, probably 14 years old, and my father was 18. All of my uncles and that had traditional arranged marriages, and that's the way it was with my parents, that their marriage was arranged by the relatives. And that's the way it is with our people, that traditionally the marriages and that were arranged by the families. You can never marry into your own clan, so that was very important that they find the right clan family and that. And generally it was the uncle and the mother, their responsibility to find a family and to find a young woman that was of the marrying age. And then they would make arrangements, and they would offer a dowry of some kind with horses and probably jewelry and other items to give to the family. And the time was set aside, and there's no courtship in the traditional weddings, and that the clans were more important. And when a young couple married, it was that the whole clan family on the boys' side and the clan family on the girls' side actually were part of the marriage. And so it was that on the day of the wedding might be the very first time that the young man and the young woman may see each other. And it is that when they marry, they generally go to the wife's family where they live in their area, their clan lands, and there is where they set up their home and make a home. And the young man is very well protected by the girl's family. And so it is that it was traditional that you would never ever say anything bad about a son-in-law of somebody's son-in-law. And the same thing was true with the daughter-in-law, that traditionally they were very protective of their in-laws. And some of the things that was observed was to never speak anything negative of the son-in-law, or to speak anything negative of the daughter-in-law. So that was the way that the wedding or the marriages were arranged, and seldom did they ever have any type of divorce. And the only reason that might be cause for divorce was if the man was not responsible for teaching his children the spiritual teachings and that they needed to know to have a relationship with the holy people. And then the only thing that the wife would need to do if he was failing in that area to be responsible for the spiritual welfare of the family is to put his saddle just outside of the door, along with his some of his other belongings, maybe even a medicine bundle. And so when he came home, that was it. He could still redeem himself, but it's a long process. And that was the way that the traditional marriages were arranged in times past, but today things are a little bit different. And so those are the things that we are told.